There, welcome to Monkey Collective. Bit of a different venue for today's video. We're actually in the back of the Monkey van, and that's because we're not long back from an event down at Northern Alliance Airsoft, Dishforth in Northern England, run by Spartan from East Strike Force. It's kind of monthly game that happens there. We kind of fairly regularly attend. But one of the things about this weekend was I took a blaster down which hadn't seen light of day for, well, since I got it, and it is this. So this is the Dartzone Pro MK. This blaster was sent to us for Foam Dart Thunder from Dartzone. They sent us a load of blasters as a part of a sponsorship deal Foam Dart Thunder have with Dartzone. They supply us with amazing darts and amazing blasters for some of our events, and we even run the Foam Dart Thunder Pro event with lots of Dart Game Pro blasters. It's a really cool event. So they sent us one of these kind of flagship Pro blaster from last year, and got this probably last November, and it's just kind of sat in the shed since, because every single review I watched about this blaster basically said the Worker Swift is better, so just go with the Worker Swift. And this is my personal Worker Swift, which I use at many events, and I absolutely love it, and has my awesome custom paint work on it. And so this blaster just kind of sat in the shed and unused, because I thought I'll not really use it. So anyway, I decided to take it down to the event, let some people have a shot with it myself, and I'm not going to lie, I was pleasantly surprised by it. This is very well built, absolutely solid. It worked really well, absolutely flawlessly all day. There was no jams, no nothing. Performed very well. Okay, in the box, I was throwing up picture. It comes with lots of accessories in the box. So you've got the blaster itself, comes with a skull barrel, comes with a supercharger barrel, which is essentially a modular clip-in barrel extension, which is kind of airtight and increases performance. It comes with some iron sights, a couple of magazines, some awesome iPro, different O-rings and things as well. It's kind of really cool new Dartzone mags, which come with the Omnia and stuff as well. They're quite really good and nice magazines. And bamboo darts, came with a load of bamboo darts as well. But yeah, so there's a lot in the box. I think it does have quite a price point. I'm not sure what to go for. I know here in Europe, Blaster Time sell these for about €200. I'm not sure what to go for in the USA, but obviously they're a lot more expensive over here importing from the USA. But anyway, I was pleasantly surprised by this because it's such a solid blaster compared to things I have. An Nexus Pro, and I've played with a Mark 1 and a Mark 1.2, which are a little bit creaky and a little bit just don't feel quite as solid as some other builds. But this, absolutely none of that. This is absolutely solid. It is on par with the Worker Swift for build quality and solidness. Can't fault it for that. Install, it comes with 2 springs as well. Installed as the kind of higher powered spring. So with the higher powered spring and Scar Barrel, I was getting 175 FPS, which was perfect for the game I was playing at because it was 200 FPS. And I played with it for a few rounds and then lent it out to other players for a couple of games as well. And it was, yeah, really consistent, really accurate. As I say, I was really surprised how well it performed, to be honest. Wasn't expecting it. It's by far my favourite Dartzone Springer I've played with. I've played with a couple of them. I'd really like to try the supercharger barrel. When I tried that, I was getting about 215 FPS, so that's about the max it'll go to out the box. I think people have put other springs in it and pushed it further, but I'm probably going to stick to the springs that it came with. I'd quite like to run it on the lower spring and see if I can get it to a consistent 130 FPS and see if it's usable at kind of 1 dual games, because it's a fairly solid spring for that. And I find the Worker Swift isn't great at the lower powered spring loads. I need to modify the pusher on that. There's a lot of vacuum loading and stuff on it, which I need to sort out. But this one might be good for that. Although it's quite a chunky blaster for 130 FPS, but it's very solid and reliable, I feel. With the Scar Barrel attached, it's very similar in length to the Worker Swift as well. And they're getting very similar performance for that. But when you stick the supercharger barrel on, it is obviously quite long compared with when you have the longer barrel in the World Swift. That's going up to about nearly 300 FPS, whereas this is only just over 200. So that's where the Swift overtakes it in that department, definitely. But for a solid 150 to 200, just yeah, around about 200 FPS, this is definitely a really good choice. As I say, wasn't expecting much from it, but when I did get it out and play with it, I was pleasantly surprised. There's a few design flaws in it. I feel the stock is not adjustable whatsoever. Surely they could have just put a buffer tube on there and have an adjustable stock on that. This stock doesn't add any integrity to the blaster because it comes off anyway, and that's a separate piece. There's two little screws here you take off to access the spring and change the spring out, and this is just a completely fake stock attachment point. It does not move. Also, the foregrip, like that should be on Picatinny, so you can swap it out for something else. I'm not sure what other foregrips that are designed for this. I'm sure there'll be some printed stuff, but I've not really looked into that. I do find it's fairly comfy, but it's not my favourite. I just prefer a normal pump grip myself. Also, it really should have a skinny pusher. I did find using Talon mags in this, I could get the Talon mags in and out and get the lips over the pusher without too much force needed. But the Dartzone mags weren't as giving. But with Talon mags, I could definitely load and unload it with the breech closed, which was quite handy. But yeah, there's definitely a few flaws in that, which had it had interchangeable pump grips, a buffer tube, and a skinny pusher, this would definitely be up there with a really top tier blaster. I feel it's still pretty high right now. I feel anyway. So I definitely would use this again. Whether it's going to permanently make its way into my arsenal, I'm not sure. I'll definitely give it another couple of goes and see how I feel about it and try it on some of the lower spring loads and see how it performs with them. But I think I'll definitely take this back to the monthly games at Dishworth because it just sits in that kind of perfect, perfect 175 FPS. It's not pushing the limit of the event when it's nice, manageable, and very effective. So yeah, pretty comfy all in. So anyway, overall, it's definitely worth picking up if you're looking for a blaster in that 175 to 200 mark. It's definitely worth picking up. Very solid. I'm pretty sure this will be fairly durable and would last a while. I would say it's kind of competitive ready out the box as it is. Could be pushed a bit further. Could be tweaked down. It's got some good options with it. As I think they're quite expensive, but it feels like it's worth it. It feels like a solid investment. If you're going to spend a few quid on it, definitely feels like kind of blaster that lasts you around if looked after. So anyway, there we go. Thanks for watching. Make sure you check us out on Facebook and Instagram and over on our Reddit page. Make sure you check out Foam Dart Thunder as well. We'll hopefully have some Foam Dart Thunder events to announce coming up soon, so you can stay tuned. Keep Foam Dart Thunder on Facebook. We'll usually announce the events on there first, and then they'll go up onto the website as well. So yeah, make sure you check all them out, and thanks for watching.